Hello, Ashley. Uh, Sorry about the interruption that happened. So we'll continue back to what we were talking about. We were talking about your parents and communicating about your anxiety, your stress in your life. Have you tried speaking with them?
I did last week, but it kind of turned into an argument, which was like ineffective whatsoever. So I'm just kind of taking my space from them right now. I feel like if I can't get through to them, I need to separate myself right now. So that's my choice at this time.
Yeah, no,
So
it's understandable. And the event just, this all started really suddenly, so it takes a little bit of time, and I definitely understand that.
yeah.
And you mentioned that you're feeling physical pain, the nausea, the headaches, stomach aches. And have you happened to see a primary care doctor for treating this?
No, it's just finding time again to get to the primary care and just, again, not prioritizing myself and making, not just my mental health a priority, but physically getting checked out. I'm the worst with doctors. I never go to my appointments. I probably should because I'm sure that there's some things that I could probably get some help with or medicine or whatever, but no, I have not made it there. I know I need to, but I'm
When's
just gonna make the time.
when's the last time that you saw your primary care doctor?
Probably over a year ago. So I probably need a physical too. But I had to make the appointment.
Just helps just to rule out anything. That's all I have.
Yeah, of course. I'll make the appointment.
So I have an exercise that I would like to try with you. It's like a visual guided therapy. It also involves like if there's anything you want to write down or draw with it, and just nice and relaxing. Close your eyes. Would you like to try it?
Sure.
Okay, great,
Sounds
great.
good.
Get the materials ready. I have a little bit of incense and lighting to get it started.
Perfect. I love those.
Good. And I'm going to leave you with something to write on, because I actually did this by myself and actually made a nice drawing with it, just anything that came to mind, and I just thought, okay, why not? So I thought that was, yeah, anything that comes. I'll give you some colors.
Thank you.
And like I said, this can happen during while we're doing the therapy. It can happen after, whatever. Or it might not happen at all.
Okay.
No pressure. Were you able to sleep last night by any chance?
It wasn't bad. It was probably the best sleep that I've gotten in a little while. I think I was just so overly exhausted that I just literally, once I hit the pillow last night, I could just barely even keep my eyes open. So I feel a little better today. Still tired, but not as like anxiety ridden. So it's nice.
That's good.
Yeah.
Very nice. Okay. So you get into a nice comfortable position. Okay. So at times you will be hearing me count. Don't be alarmed. Just try to focus on my words. If you cannot, just keep in mind that I will be saying positive thoughts. Breathe in the positive thoughts, breathe out the negative thoughts. And I do this just to create a good harmony in the room. All right, so we'll get into a good position and breathe at your own pace. There's no deep breathing that you need to do with this one. So I'm going to breathe in the positive thoughts, breathe out the negative thoughts. Good to be aware of feelings that come to mind. If you do, I encourage you to write them down. If no feelings come up, that's okay. Please let us breathe in the positive thoughts, breathe out the negative thoughts. Okay, let's begin. Let's relax our bodies and start by closing our eyes. Invite the words to come flow into your ears and mind. Starting from our head to our toes, envision in our minds, ears, eyes, mouths, nose, and head are relaxed. Working our way down to our chest area, we are relaxing our torso and organs. Time to relax our shoulders and back. Breathe in the positive thoughts. Breathe out the negative thoughts. We carry so much weight. Let's relax those arms. Now trickling to our legs that keep holding all our weight up. Relax those legs. Breathe in the positive thoughts. Breathe out the negative thoughts. Lastly, let us flow down to relax our feet and toes. Our whole body is relaxed. As we breathe in and out, the tension in our bodies is being released through our feet. We are all feeling comfortable. In our minds, we are envisioning it to be darker and darker. We are looking at the stars. There are so many stars out. Envision the moon. It is bright and full out. Breathe in the positive thoughts. Breathe out the negative thoughts. It smells like summer out, and you can hear the crickets chirping, flowing all around us. A warm breeze. Clouds are beginning to roll in so softly in the sky. The clouds are getting thinner and thinner. Clouds are beginning to roll in, out. Look at the stars. They are gleaming. I see a shooting star moving from one horizon to another horizon. Make a wish. It can be anything you want. Keep in mind that we all can adapt to whatever stress comes our way. Stay true to ourselves, open-minded, and creative. We are doing the best to balance our lives. Breathe in the positive. Breathe out the negative. Remember the strengths we have. You can use them to help others and yourself. In a moment, we'll be coming back. We are leaving the stars and moon. We are slowly coming back to a state of wakefulness. I will be counting to 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Breathe in, breathe out. Gradually, you are coming back. You may open your eyes, yawn, and stretch. Hope you're
That was
feeling
relaxing.
Yeah, good.
I always struggle with those things to really be like present. I'm usually thinking about 20 million different things, but for once I was really able to like focus the entire time and really envision everything that you were saying. So it was nice.
Oh, good. Be
Yeah.
mindful and the
Yeah, I was
words.
actually pretty
Yeah.
impressed with my ability to really like hone in on
Just-
the words that you were saying and kind of just really being present because it never happens like that. So
Oh, I'm so good. I'm so
yeah,
touched
no, that
you're
felt
able
good.
to-
I really feel like some mental clarity right now. It's nice.
That's good.
Yeah, I like that exercise.
Good. It is very hard to just shut everything off and focus on
Yeah.
the present moment and to be mindful.
Yeah, I
It's
never can
extremely-
do that. So I'm kind of mind blown right now at how I was able to really just get it together
Yeah.
and focus.
That's
And it was
good.
nice.
Yeah, very good. It is very hard. I always had a hard time before I started this to stop thinking.
Mhm.
Just think in that moment. And I'm like, oh, okay. It does get easier and easier, but it is tough at first.
Yes,
Well,
it
at least
is.
for me it was.
It was a good exercise. I enjoyed it.
Anything that comes to mind? Or-
Yeah, I had stable.
That's good.
Yeah,
Very nice. Good, good, good.
peaceful,
Mhm.
happy, calm,
Mhm.
relaxed. Yeah, stable, peaceful, happy, calm, relaxed. Yeah, those are probably, that's what came to mind during all of that. Yeah, it was good.
Very good. Very happy with that. Good, good, good. Okay. Could I when we were talking earlier, we were talking about how your glasses always have empty. And I actually have an exercise I would love to do, and about filling that cup, making it nice and full. And I actually made one, like a self-care plan. And I was, you know, I did one for myself, um, and everything to help myself, take care of me, what helps me when I'm feeling stressed. Um, and I actually put this in my office too, because at work it can get stressful, and that's
Yeah.
the time where I always need it, if not in my car dealing with traffic.
Yeah.
But I have meditate, smelling spearmint, biking, and you can get as creative as you want. I always like drawing things. I'm horrible at drawing, but I just try.
It's okay.
Yeah,
That's really neat.
but it can be anything. There's no, want to draw outside the box.
Yeah, I like this. Then you can, it's a good reminder. Listening to music is number one.
What kind of music do you like to listen to?
When I'm feeling really anxious, anxiety ridden, I like to listen to classical music
Mm-hmm.
or like guided meditation music. Those are usually my go-tos.
Yes. I'm actually trying to see if I can get some classical music. Let's see. I happen to get some cricket music.
Listen to that too, or ocean sounds.
Oh, you like ocean sounds?
Yeah, those are good too.
Those are very good.
Love nature walks.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, not all the time at work can I go for like an hour walk, but if I'm feeling anxious and stressed out, even if I can just get up and walk around the building for like 5 minutes, I will do that just to kind of take a break.
That's a very good idea. Yeah, just to get out, breathe some air, clear your mind.
Definitely.
Yeah, that's a good
I recently started journal writing. I never used to use before, but I just started probably like 2 days ago.
idea. Oh, you did.
Yeah, it's been pretty beneficial.
Good.
I mean, it doesn't always make sense when I'm writing down, but it's okay. Sometimes it doesn't make sense in my head, so it's kind of just get it out on paper.
When I first started journaling, I had a hard time as I feel like I'm talking to someone almost.
Mhm.
And I will put, hello, hey there, nice to see you again. And I'm like, I know this is just a journal to myself, but I like it.
It
just
is.
greeting for it. Yeah.
It does feel good. I have enjoyed that. Listening to music, reading books, nature walks. Hiking is definitely one of
Smell of fresh air, hiking.
yes, hiking. No, I can't think of it. Cuddling with my daughter.
Oh, yeah, that's always nice.
That's high on the list.
Mm-hmm. Do you happen to have any pets?
I do that was going to be next.
Oh.
Taking my dog for a walk or cuddling with my dog.
Oh, yep, yep. When you said cuddling, all I could think of is like a dog or a
Mhm.
cat. Yeah. What is your dog's name?
Nala.
Oh, that's a pretty name.
She reminds me of Nala from Lion King, that's why. She
Oh,
has green eyes and nice blonde coat.
mm-hmm. Yeah. I was trying to think. I was like, where have I heard that name?
Yeah. It's pretty good. Listening to music, reading books, nature walks, journal writing, hiking, cuddling with my daughter, dog walking and cuddling. Those are probably my go-tos.
That's good. You filled it up. Yeah.
It was easier than I thought. Now I just need to work on implementing those things. Yeah, it's a good resourceful tool that I can resort back to. I'll probably make copies, keep one in my house and one at my office. Might even keep one in my purse just to remember when I need to look at it.
Your purse is always on you.
Yeah, sometimes I get stressed out and I'm like, my mind goes blank. Like, what can you do to help yourself feel better right now? Like, at least with something like this, I can even, when I go home tonight after dinner, like I'm just cuddling with my daughter, or
Yeah.
I'm gonna go for a quick walk, go to Barnes and Nobles, take 20 minutes to go read some of a book and get a coffee, and yeah, I'll be able to utilize this because sometimes I just don't know what to do to make myself feel better, so I use this as a guide. Yeah, I enjoyed it.
And it's good to have multiple things because you're not always going to be in the mood to go for the walk, It's just depending on what you need to help you and care for yourself.
Yeah, I think this will be good. I'll be able to utilize it. And I mean, it's reasonable stuff for the most part. I can always write down something for journaling, listening to music, going on a quick walk. Those are all pretty accessible. Yeah,
Good.
I'll do that.
Good. And, because you have mentioned, never having the time. And yeah, like you said, you can make copies, leave them in your office, and it doesn't have to be everything on that list. Just pick one thing, even if it's for 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Some time to yourself.
Yeah, it just feels anything is better than nothing, that's for sure. Yeah. No, I'm going to do it. This is a good tool for me to utilize.
And I'm glad you mentioned about journaling. I think that's a really good tool as well. Anything that comes up or triggers, it's a good way to write it down, explore it, and then also going back to it. Even if it's like a year later or anything, you can always go, oh, that did that. Or you'd be surprised things that you might forget,
No, that's what I figured. That way, like, I can read back and just kind of explore what I'm feeling during that time, that moment, like what triggers me, learning how to avoid those things, or, it's just a reflective tool for me to be able to utilize. So I figured that journaling would be nice. Even though my thoughts are kind of all over the place right now, but that's okay. That's part of it, right? I don't have to have it all together. That's what I'm going to do, though. I've been trying to do it every morning before I start work, so that's like part of my morning routine now.
Oh.
Forcing myself to have time for that. So I've been waking up just a little bit earlier so I can get to work a little earlier, and then I just sit and play my guided meditation music in the background, and then I just write for about 5 minutes, whatever comes to mind, and then so it's been kind of good. It's like getting all that negative energy and thoughts out before I start my day. So I'm like clearing my space and just it's been good. It's helping me focus a little bit more and stuff. Now I just need to learn how to like manage everything else that comes throughout the day. Like planning and being able to start it in the morning is fine for me because I have that quiet time to be able to do it. But it's managing those like emotions that come on like so quickly, and it's just like, oh, I get really frazzled, like, oh my god, what the heck am I gonna do right now? Like, so this will be good for me to be able to just kind of resort back to. I'm learning.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's a good way to start the day. And you said you work really well with the routine and the schedule.
Yeah.
And having that'll come a lot easier in planning, and that's really
definitely.
good.
Definitely. I'm trying. I am. I just need to learn in the moment how to manage those things better.
Yeah. Recognizing it when it needs to be done, that's the tricky part. But
yeah, like I do my best to try to plan everything out so I can avoid being in stressful situations. But that's unrealistic too in the sense because I'm going to encounter things and it's just like I need to learn how to handle and manage those emotions and not having them like drown me. Like I start like freaking out, like knee shaking, like palms sweaty, feel like I'm gonna throw up, and I'm just like, relax, Ashley, relax. But that doesn't always help. Relax, Ashley. It's not very effective. So yeah, I definitely am working towards managing those emotions much better. So I'll get there.
But I mean, if you do start thinking that you need to say that to yourself, then maybe go to your self-care.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's true.
If I need to relax, what will help me relax?
Yeah, that's my red flag to be like, go to self-care plan, actually. Yeah, no, you're right. It's just identifying those things and just like, I know consistency is major. A lot of times, I'm like, I'm so tired of having anxiety. I always feel like I'm suffering, blah, blah, blah. And then I do stuff for like a day or two, and then I stop doing it. And I'm like, well, here I am still living, with anxiety and it's crippling me. But how consistent have you been actually? Are you really consistent with these things that, these practices that you're giving, these things that you're told? So it's really just like my own fault why my anxiety has gotten so bad because if I really look back, how consistent have I been with really trying to like manage it? So I think I've just met my breaking point where now I'm like, something's got to be done. Like, you don't have to live like this. You're choosing to live like this. Like, there are ways that you can manage this and just live healthier where you're not like trapped in your own head so much. So I'm just kind of like done with my own shit, so to say. So now it's like I gotta be serious and just figure out ways to live a better life. And I don't want to project these anxieties onto my daughter. I see that now. She gets anxiety about like, oh my god, are we gonna be late, mom? Like, what happens if we're late? Like, just the little small things, and I know that I'm projecting those behaviors onto her, and I don't want that to be the case. I don't want her to. I want her to take a lot of things from me, but like my mental health issues is not one of them. So I think now that I see that it's affecting her, like that was like that pivotal moment where I was like, you gotta figure this out. You gotta manage this because I don't want her to live the way that I do. So
Learn from you.
yeah, sorry, I didn't mean to ramble on.
No, no, it's totally fine. Um, you recognizing is a big step of how to fix, you know what I mean? Just helping with your anxiety and recognizing it. Because it's tough. No one's born with these qualities, knowing how to take care of themselves in this way unless they were taught. You know, being able to notify and look at it now, it's like that's amazing right there. And I just want to mention, you mentioned how the unexpected things happening, and that's true. You have to, that could happen, unexpected things. It's good to plan stuff, but there are things that might come up unexpectedly, and then how do I deal with that? You can always turn to your self-care plan, think of your daughter, things that might come up.
Yeah, no, I definitely need to. I know it's like I know what I need to do. I just need to do it. Like, you know, for years though, like I didn't really acknowledge my anxiety or like try to figure out what the triggers were or anything like that. I just kind of like suffered in silence and just, if you don't identify it, then maybe it's not real. Maybe it'll just go away. Is this a phase in my life? Like, and then it just got progressively worse. And the more responsibilities I take on, the more stressed out I am. And I know stress is inevitable. It's just, I let like my anxiety literally cripple me some days where I'm just like so upset and so anxious. And it's not healthy. Stress is so bad for your body. And I'm sorry, I don't mean to yawn. I'm just even talking about my anxiety wears me out sometimes. But yeah, I really need to learn how to manage this stuff better because I don't want to live like this anymore. It's too much. It is too much. I mean, some days are better than others. Some days I feel like I can get through the day where I feel like a rock star. Kill my to-do list. Don't really feel. But it's like as long as I stay on task, like okay, Ashley, this needs to be done by 10 a.m. This by 11. This by 12. Now, if I'm killing it and I'm meeting all my markers at X, at these time frames, that's fine. I feel calm and collected. But if this was supposed to be done at 11 and it's 12:30 and I still haven't done this, I'm freaking out.
Yeah.
These unrealistic expectations that I have of myself, and I just need to understand, like, not every day you're going to be able to get everything done on time. And I try to remind myself of that, but yeah, that's a problem though. I just have really unrealistic expectations for myself. Like, no, if you don't get all of these things done, like you said you're going to today, like you failed for today. And the anxiety just goes through the roof. So, yeah. Then there comes the negative self-talk, and what a vicious cycle.
Kind of snowballs.
Yeah, definitely snowballs after that. because then I start laying in bed before, at night is like the worst time for me because I perseverate on everything. Laying in bed, just like, well, yeah, 12 things on your to do list, you got six done. Like, and then then I'm so tired from like my anxiety wears me out so bad. So then when I get home, I'm too tired to do the things that I should be doing at home. So then it spirals from there because now I'm like, great, you couldn't finish your to do list. Now you're too tired to do the stuff that you told yourself you were going to do at home. And now you're just laying in bed, sitting here having a pity party for yourself. And then that just gets even worse. So I think just I need to just like remember, like, I'm a human. I'm not always going to be able to get everything done in one day.
That's true. That's it. You're human. Have you ever looked at your list and said, well, I wanted to get 12 things done, but at least I got half of them done?
That's true.
Yeah.
I guess shifting my perspective is beneficial. Yeah, I mean, no, I don't ever do that. I look like, wow, you got six things done, but you should have gotten 12. So I guess, yeah, just looking at it and just at least you got halfway done.
Mm-hmm.
Or, I mean, that's a lot of things for someone to complete in one day. Like, it's okay that you didn't complete them all. No, you're right. I guess shifting my perspective would be really beneficial.
And you do so much.
Too much.
You are strong going, everything that you're going through with the job, school, work, it's, taking care of your daughter, and now she's got soccer, and that's a lot to
Yes.
balance.
It is a lot to balance.
And it's good to appreciate everything that you do.
Yeah.
And see that strength. I see the strength in you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I guess I don't know. I don't know why I'm so hard on myself. A lot had to do with the fact that, I had a daughter. I had my daughter at 16 years old, so it was kind of like the odds were stacked against me, and I feel like people already just kind of assumed that I was going to be a loser, so to speak. So I feel like that's really kind of when my anxiety started because I felt such significant pressure to be everything that everyone said that I wasn't going to be. And then it just kind of snowballed from there. It was like I would meet my markers, but I wanted to be better than that. So I wanted to push, harder. Like, okay, I finished high school. Now I want an associate's degree. Nope, now I need to get a bachelor's. Nope, now I need to get a master's. Now I'm sitting here like, is a master's enough? Like, maybe I should just really consider getting my PhD. Like, push it even farther than that. And it's just, I definitely think like my anxiety stemmed from just like all the pressure to be everything that everyone was like so sure that I was going to be. And now I just, I've almost become those people to myself. Like, oh, you need to be able to do that. Oh, you can't. If you can't do it, then you're a loser or so it's so bad. I always say, like, no one can be harder on me than I am on myself. Like, I put myself through the ringer some days. Like, you got to be able to do everything and do it the best. Like, and that's almost the problem. Is like, nothing really, what's the word for it? Like, nothing's really effective because like my work's still completed, my homework's still completed, like everything. But that's the problem is like because I don't let up at all, I sacrifice my mental health at the end of the day because I'm so stressed out because I can't say to myself, I always break up my homework. So if there's 6 assignments due for the week, I'm gonna, do X amount so I can get it done I'm sorry, I don't mean to ramble, at the correct time. No, but instead, if I'm having a bad day, I'm like, you have to get that done. It does not matter, like, how tired you are, how exhausted, like, you gotta stay up till 3 a.m. to get that done. And then instead, normal people would have just been like, you can do it tomorrow. Like, there's another day. Like, just take a break today. But I can't, no, because I'm a crazy overachiever and I have to get it done. Otherwise, I will literally make myself so crazy. But it's just like, where do I draw the line? I'm making myself crazy. I'm exhausted from pushing myself so far to get it done. But then if I don't get it done, I'm exhausted because my anxiety exhausts me because I didn't get it done. It's like a double-edged sword.
I mean, hearing you talk about everything that you've accomplished right now, that is amazing.
Thank you.
And now you're looking at how you need to balance it all. And that I can understand and see how that can be a little tricky, but
It is very tricky. Very, very tricky. I'm just, I don't know. I definitely need to just learn to, even just like accepting my own accomplishments. Like people will say, like, oh, oh, everything you've done is amazing. I wish that I believed that. It's just, it doesn't seem, I'm just like, okay, why is it such a big deal? Like, is it really a big deal? Did I really do a lot? Like, is it that significant? Like, am I the exception? And then one of my friends broke it down to me the other day. She's like, only 2.5% of teen mothers graduate college before 30 years old. Like, you did that. The percent is 2.5%. You are the exception. Even that, I'm like,
Mhm.
I just
Wow.
feel like nothing that I do is like significant. It's not a big deal. Like, people will tell me, like, you're such a great person, you're doing all these great things, and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, I mean, I just do them because that's the type of person that I am. It makes me happy to do that stuff. But like, I'm not really any different than you. Like, what makes it so significant? And that's where the anxiety comes in of being the overthinking everything, and I just undermine myself all the time. But I undermine myself so much because I feel like my whole entire life raising my daughter, I was constantly undermined. I was always the underdog. People were like, yeah, if I got this achievement, oh, she's probably not going to go any further than that. And then, like, got that, like, oh, she's probably not going to go any further than that. So now it's just like I've taken to those behaviors and I just undermine myself completely all the time. Like, yeah, I mean, you got a college degree, but, like, so does a lot of people, kind of deal. Like, nothing's ever good enough for me.
Do you feel if you thought and look at your accomplishments and happy with yourself, do you feel that you would just backslide a little and not be so motivated to keep going?
Sometimes, sometimes, I mean, that's a good point. I didn't think about that. But I don't know. I guess I just need to be appreciative for what I've done and how far I've made it because I guess looking at the statistical, facts, I am really the exception. So I guess that matters for something. Numbers don't lie, right?
Right, right, absolutely. Um, we have to end our session, but I would absolutely love to talk about your accomplishments in our next session.
Yeah.
That'd be really
Yeah, I
good.
could definitely use another session. Thank you.
Yeah, that would be great.
That would be great.
Yes. Well, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you for listening.
Okay, I just wanted to put that because I forgot. All right, thank you.